Brandon, I think one of these days we just hit the record button while we're doing our pre-production meeting so that the good listeners to the Smarticle podcast could hear us plan the show. They could hear me tell you that you wanted us to take some cash, petty cash out of the Smarticle bank account and take the staff to Dollywood for a company retreat. And I was like, hey,
don't
Brandon,
toy with me, boy. That would be fantastic.
I just don't think the reserves are a little low. I don't know if we should do Dollywood just
Are you
yet.
kidding me? You're crushing it. And Miss Dolly, it would all be on Miss Dolly. It would be fantastic. Hey, you've never been to Dollywood, so you don't know the greatness that is Dollywood. If you are within a 5-hour drive of Dollywood, you have to go. It's just magical.
All right. Let's, having heard
That's going to be the place of our first Smarticle corporate event. It's going to be at Dollywood just because of this show right now. Mark it down, people. Time and place you were when you heard that the Smarticle podcast was going to Dollywood.
Okay, well, definitely now we need our 5 seconds of silence. Brought to you by Smarticle Podcast. Okay, thank you. Thank you for not sleeping. Here is your headline. Your first step toward a better mood. Christina Carlon from the great New York Times. Brandon, Science, Woka, MAGA meter, please.
I'm going to give her a straight 5. It's a science article. She's truly a sciencey person. So I'm going to give her a straight 5 down the middle on the Mocha meter, even though she writes for the New York Times, which is very woke.
We're going to do the blocking and tackling here first. Adults need between 7 and 9 hours of sleep a night, according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Teenagers and young children need more than that. Ask yourself how you feel during the day. Do you find that you're more impatient or quick to anger? Are you having more negative thoughts, or do you feel more anxious or depressed? Do you find it harder to cope with stress? Do you find it difficult to do your work efficiently? If you have some of those problems, it's time to take action. Have you ever known someone with serious sleep issues?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Really?
Lots of people. Yeah.
No, you. I know there are lots of people.
No. I've known personally people that have had serious insomnia.
So what was it like I know people that have stress and that was keeping them from going to sleep.
Well, one in particular, the one that I'm closest friends with that struggled the most with this, it's been really, really tough on her. She has really struggled. I mean, to the point where she's had to take classes and she's had to do a lot of things that I think it's true. I've never had it. You've never had true insomnia. Moments of stress can make you stay up later, but this was like every night. And this article talked about this young woman or this woman who it's like she thought she'd never sleep again. I mean, it was that horrible for her. That was the way my friend was.
Okay, I'm just wondering if it is a psychological, is it psychosis? What?
They don't know. They really don't know what causes it. I'm sure that my bet would be, and it's completely an uneducated guess, we should have a sleep specialist on the show because we talk about sleep so much. But my guess is it's probably a combination of lots of things, right? It's probably a diet, because I know that a lot of big thing they do is say change your diet. It's probably, who knows, medication you're taking could be playing a part. They talk about that in the article. It could be stress. I know that when I'm stressed out about whatever, kids, finances, whatever, that's when it's tough for me. I'm staring at the ceiling. I'm having a hard time going to sleep. But one of the other parts of this the flip side of the insomnia, not flip side, but this insomnia part 2 is the people that can fall asleep, but they can't stay asleep. So that's just as detrimental because they're screwed. They go to sleep for a half an hour to an hour, and they wake up and they cannot get back to sleep. And she addressed that a little bit in the article, talking about got to get up and walk around, do other things.
Well, we recently did an article on sleep, and they say just an important amount of sleep is the quality of your sleep.
Yes. Yeah, you got to get good sleep, not just get sleep.
But what is good sleep?
Well, it's all, that has to do with basically getting into the, what do they call them? There's the light sleep and then the deep, deep sleep. So getting into past the REM moments into deep sleep.
Okay, so I basically don't really sleep that great anymore. I'm an old man. So I get the great first 5 hours. I could sleep solid for 5.
Yeah.
And then I'm rustling for the other hour, 2, 3, whatever it is after that. I'm kind of rustling around. Unless I've drinking a lot.
Oh, that's no good.
So you're saying an 8, I will drink a lot, go to bed, and 8 hours go by and I don't wake up.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, if I drink at all anymore,
Oh
I mean,
no,
if I have any kind of drinking, it's gonna
dude,
I
eight
have my
hours.
hangover at 4 in the morning. It's
Well, I might have a
horrible.
hangover the next day,
Right?
but
No, no, no. I'm
I've
talking
got
to
eight hours in a row.
I wake up from a dead sleep after 4 hours with a hangover. So I think it matters on how your liver processes the alcohol. Alcohol is a no bueno for people that have insomnia. It is a not a
Hmm.
you are a freak of nature if alcohol makes you sleep hard for 8 hours. I'm
Hold
not
on,
sure that's true.
hold on. My doctor just told me tequila is a fix all for everything. So I'm going to have you
Ugh.
just
Well, your
step
doctor's a
back.
fool if he thinks tequila is good for anything.
Okay, so one of the most important lessons I feel like we've taught our kids is sleeping.
Uh-huh.
Like we were very like the crazy parents that like have the family bed.
Oh,
Everybody can come in
yeah.
there. Kids can go to
Mhm.
bed whenever they want. They're on their tablets. Like I feel like one of the things me and my wife pretty well agreed on was you're going to bed, you're sleeping, you're not getting out of that thing, and you're not coming in. And I think that's kind of overlooked in parenting.
No, I would agree with that. I think it also depends on the size of you had 3 kids, so if you were gonna be family bedding it, it was gonna be a crowded family bed,
No, I
and
know
nobody's
I'm multiple.
sleeping in
I
there.
know multiple
Oh,
families that.
I know. No, don't get me wrong. I know that multiple families have lots of kids in there, but our daughter, and it doesn't happen very often anymore, but
Oh,
she used to come into the bed
oh,
like once a week,
oh,
and hey, my
you're one
wife.
of those people. Okay,
Oh, no,
that's
no,
cool.
no, 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 no,
Yeah,
no,
I
no,
didn't know
no,
you were.
no.
I didn't know,
My
Brandon,
wife is one of those people. I
but you're in
am
the
like,
bed.
turn around and no, I get up and go downstairs because I can't sleep when they're in there. It's like too, and my
Oh
daughter's
wow,
the queen of like
you've got
putting
a.
her arm over my head. It's just, I can't sleep. No, I don't, I'm going to agree with you on this one, Lawrence. I do not think that the family bed is good for, especially for bad sleepers. Now, my wife can sleep through anything. So for her, it's comforting. And my daughter's the same way. I mean, little kids freaking hate little kids, man. They could sleep through
I know, so
gunfire,
great.
and it's just ridiculous. It's
It's
like
awesome.
they're just like, what the hell? How are you still asleep?
That's so great.
It's like someone comes in the middle of the night shooting a machine gun, and then your kid's like, "What happened last night?" They just don't hear anything. So, that's what I wish I had. That would be the gift someone could give me is that kind of sleep.